Okay, so today we got the opportunity to drive a 1.8 liter Rotrex Supercharged NA Miata. Stock motor, other than had ARP, had bolts, and billet oil pump gears. It made 280 wheel horsepower, which is honestly about as much as I would want in a Miata.
Yeah, honestly. It's probably the fastest Miata I've probably seen in person, like highest horsepower.
Yep.
I mean, I've heard about other stuff, but we hear usually high hundreds, low 200s. So,
yeah.
How much torque did it make? It was pretty low.
Yeah, I think around 200, 210 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels, which is honestly how you make 280 wheel horsepower on a pretty much stock motor.
Yeah.
It had a MB2 6-speed with a Miata Roadster short shifter. Honestly, I love the 5-speed, but the 6-speed combined with that shifter,
it felt great.
It did. Just supernatural.
Yeah. Like the owner said, shifted like butter. I mean, like just whatever you wanted. Yeah, with the Miata Roadster shifter, it's just like a little bit angled and it just went right into gear.
Yeah.
Like it just felt good for your movement from the steering wheel to the shifter. It was really cool.
Definitely going back to the motor a little bit, very interesting sensation. Because of the supercharged power band, you don't get this like big chunk of torque down low like you do with a turbo car.
Right.
But it just feels like a significantly bigger displacement naturally aspirated motor.
Yeah, it just felt right. You know, you get into those crazy turbo cars or those very high horsepower cars, you just like, it doesn't
feel sketchy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel sketchy. It doesn't feel like a death trap. This car just felt like it was doing what it wanted to do. It did what it had to do. Like, it just felt good.
The power comes on very smooth and very linear. Anything past first gear and it won't break the tires loose.
Yeah.
It just hooks up and it goes. Kind of also interesting because below like 4,000 RPM, just kind of feels like a stock Miata.
Yeah.
It only makes a couple pounds of boost, so sure, maybe it makes a little bit more torque, but not much.
Yeah.
But then, it makes peak power pretty much at 7,200 RPM at redline. So it's just the higher you rev it, the more power it has, and it's a super cool feeling. And the rest of the car, it was on Zeta coilovers, which everyone says they're the best for a Miata. Yeah.
They're not wrong.
It's really comfortable while still being like a stiff, kind of track-oriented coilover.
Yeah. We were driving it on some pretty gnarly roads. We live in Michigan. As anyone else who lives in Michigan knows, the roads can get really bad. And it just ate it up. Like, it just felt really good. This Miata also had the stock Miata seats with a foamectomy. So it felt like a bucket, but it was still very smooth. So driving and riding passenger, it honestly just felt really good.
Yeah. The whole car felt very solid, which is not super normal for a Miata.
We've driven, 4 or 5 Miatas?
Yeah.
No, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
6, 7 different Miatas. They both feel fine. Like, they're all good cars.
Yeah.
Like, they're an amazing car. We both own one, right? This one was a little different. He also had the braces.
The Flame Miata frame rail braces, which he said did a lot. And even from our cars, there was significantly less just like squeaks and rattles. It just kind of helped put the whole car together. And that was kind of the overall thing with this car, was it just felt very solid and well put together.
Right.
And nothing was like sketchy, or it didn't feel like it was going to explode, or like bumps really bothered it, or...
Right, yeah. It just felt good. Can't wait to see this car on track. And we're really grateful for the opportunity of being able to test drive this and ride along and learn a lot about this car. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Rotrex Supercharged Miata. It makes 280 wheel horsepower, and it might be one of the best things we've driven.
Yeah, I mean, we both own Miatas. We've driven a few different Miatas.
92, yeah. Shifts like butter. The throttle pedal just feels amazing. And this car has not a lot of torque, but higher horsepower, and it just feels so good. Like, and it's on Zetas, rides comfortably. Like, we're sold on doing this. This is this amazing feel. I was a little nervous on driving it. I don't like driving people's cars, but I'm really glad I did. This feels just awesome. And it has an eBay exhaust, which you wouldn't think that would sound good. It sounds amazing. It's just like the perfect sound on a supercharged Miata. Not too loud. Like right now we can talk comfortably in the car with the windows down, sitting at 3,000 RPMs. But when you want to put your foot down, you hear it.
Honestly, super nice build. It's well tuned.
Yeah.